War in Israel. Some people escaped to LA, and we heard their emotional survival stories just after they touched down at LAX. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Lynette Romero, in today for Robin Winston. We'll have more on that story in a moment. But first, gas prices continue their downward trend across Southern California, falling back below the $6 a gallon mark in LA County. Gas prices have dropped across the state for 10 straight days. They have dipped about 5 cents since the start of the weekend, in fact, and about 32 cents over the past 10 days. Right now, the average price for a gallon of regular in LA County is $5.99. Experts say the price drops stem from Governor Newsom allowing refineries to start distributing the cheaper winter blend of gasoline earlier than usual. Nurses and healthcare workers from one of LA's busiest hospitals have started their 5-day strike. Nearly every employee from St. Francis Medical Center in Linwood is walking off the job over what they say are staffing shortages and concerns over patient care practices. The strike is part of a nationwide walkout against the hospital's owner, Prime Healthcare, which has hospitals in 14 states and multiple in LA County. Prime Healthcare says in a statement, "We continue to bargain in good faith with union leadership with the goal of reaching agreements in the best interest of our hospitals, employees, and most importantly, those who we serve." The actors union, SAG-AFTRA, and the studios could be closing in on a deal. Talks are set to resume after the heads of 4 studios met last week at SAG-AFTRA headquarters. At issue for the union, streaming residuals, the use of AI, and increases in rates to keep up with the pace of inflation. Comcast, the corporation that owns our parent company, NBC Universal, is represented by the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, and some employees of the NBC News Group are represented by SAG-AFTRA. Now, local fire departments want you to remember some potentially life-saving advice as we observe National Fire Prevention Week. They say cooking is the leading cause of house fires and injuries from house fires in the United States. But firefighters say there are easy ways to reduce your risk. First, always watch what you heat. Keep a close eye on things and set timers. Second, always keep a lid nearby when you're cooking on the stove. If a small grease fire starts, slide the lid over the pan and turn off the burner. Have a 3-foot kid and pet-free zone around your stoves and grill. And always turn pot handles toward the back of the stove, out of the reach of children. Now let's get a check on your forecast with meteorologist Belinda Leon.
Hi everyone, here's what you can expect in your forecast this week. The temperatures are going to be more comfortable with numbers near average. Onshore flow has developed. It's one of the reasons why it's cooling down, but it's also going to cause a deeper marine layer that's going to be extending into the valleys, into the IE. Winds, those are going to be acting up each afternoon for the mountains and deserts. Now here's what's happening. We're going to start to see a series of storms impact the west coast. The first one is going to bring a cold front Tuesday into Wednesday for us. That's going to drop our temperatures. Then a little bump in temperatures on Thursday. Then again, we have another storm system that's going to line up at the end of the week. It's going to bring some soggy weather up towards the Pacific Northwest, but for us, we're going to get that cold front. That means another slight dip in temperatures. Look at the trend in West Covina. We're starting off the week in the mid-80s, but here we see that cold front Tuesday and Wednesday with temperatures coming down. A bump in temperatures on Thursday, then another slight dips Friday into Saturday before things go back up on Sunday, 88.
The death toll from the Hamas attack on Israel has now reached more than 1,200. Israel has now launched a counterattack against Hamas. The National Security Council has also confirmed at least 4 Americans are among the dead. Many others are missing after the attacks. It's not clear whether the hostages held by Hamas in Gaza include U.S. citizens. We're also hearing some of the harrowing details of the attacks. Militants struck a music festival in an Israeli desert area, killing 260 people.
And I was lying in the floor. It was the second hidden that I find. And they were just all around me. And they were going 3 by 3 and shooting everywhere from 2 sides. And I saw many people, people were dying, all around.
It's also believed many of the festival goers were taken as hostages, including a 25-year-old woman who was seen in a video pleading for mercy. The U.S. military is now moving Navy ships and military aircraft closer to Israel as a show of support. Jewish communities across Southern California are praying that their loved ones in Israel are safe. A vigil was held Sunday night in Bel Air. 2,000 people gathered to pray for those killed, injured, and kidnapped in the attacks. Community members say they are gripped by a sense of hopelessness, as many of them still have some connection to Israel.
Some of them are cowering inside bomb shelters as we speak. Some of them are now putting on boots and rifles to go fight. And I did lose a cousin in near Oz, which is only a mile from Gaza.
The LAPD and LA County Sheriff's Department are increasing patrols near synagogues and mosques. The FAA is urging all U.S. airlines to use caution when flying in Israeli airspace. Some airlines have canceled flights altogether. We were there as one of the first flights from Tel Aviv arrived into LAX, carrying passengers who escaped the chaos. Emotions were very raw and powerful, as many of the people we talked with had to leave loved ones behind.
It's our family. It's just hard. We had to go because of our kids, but like, my heart is there.
Our family, friends, and relatives still there, trying to survive at this moment. That's the only thing they can do, just try to survive.
United Airlines says they will be suspending all Tel Aviv flights until conditions allow them to resume. Delta and American Airlines are also canceling flights. Meanwhile, Israeli Airlines says flights will operate as scheduled. A crash in Downey is under investigation that killed an LA County District Attorney's Office investigator and his wife, who was a teacher. Police say Sergeant Emilio Guerrero and his wife Annabelle were hit Sunday afternoon in the intersection of Paramount Boulevard and Gardendale Street. Sunday night, dozens of law enforcement officers came out to pay their respects. The cause of that crash is still under investigation. Celebrity chef and former Food Network star Michael Chiarello has died. Chiarello passed away Saturday in Napa, California. He was being treated for an allergic reaction that led to anaphylactic shock. He was well known for his hosting gigs on PBS, Food Network, and he had an Emmy-winning cooking show, Easy Entertainment with Michael Chiarello. He also served as a judge on Top Chef. Well, foo-foo drinks without the booze, mocktails have turned into a bona fide craze, with sales expected to reach $30 billion by 2025. NBC4's Gordon Tokomatsu has more.
Friday afternoon in Signal Hill. And these best friends are having a blast, celebrating Jacqueline Shaw's birthday at Shirley's Temple. On tap with lunch,
lavender, coconut, and butterfly pea foam.
The vintage violet, along with a bottle of rosé for the ladies to share. But take a closer look.
I just can't drink alcohol. I'm allergic.
And her pals are all on board. Not 1 ounce of alcohol on this entire table. You still drink alcohol on occasion?
Absolutely.
So how does this... But today, says Nicole Moore, they're all having mocktails. Fancy, elaborate drinks made to look and taste like their alcohol counterparts, except without any alcohol.
What's nice is that I can have multiples of these and still go home or go back to work later today.
And it's not just here. We check social media where the mocktail craze is an actual thing. The names are clever: cherry on top mocktails, mono mocktails, and on the mocks, posted by a self-described sober mom. The new bar in Venice boasts an entire store full of alcohol alternatives. Moonlight Mocktails in the City of Industry caters entire events like weddings. On TikTok, the hashtag mocktails has more than 1 billion views. But is this still fun? We asked owner Essie Evans. Without the buzz, what is there?
No, the fun is you and enjoying, time like this with your friends and having good conversation.
Beverage market researchers say millennials and Gen Z consume almost half as much alcohol as boomers and Gen Xers. And 34% of Americans are trying to drink less this year.
People want to live longer, and they found out just how detrimental alcohol can be to your liver and every other organ in your body.
Not to mention, no hangover tomorrow morning. Something Jacqueline, Nicole, and the rest of their friends will not have to contend with on Saturday. In Long Beach, Gordon Tokomatsu, NBC4 News.
Well, for the first time since the pandemic, the Doodah Parade in Pasadena is returning in person next month. Tryouts to be this year's parade queen were held Sunday at the Old Town Pub. 11 contestants showed off their talents, creativity, and why they should be queen of the unconventional parade.
We hope we have a lot of people trying out, and they're all colorful and artistic and creative people, so we're really happy to have them here today.
And the winner was Natalie Flores. She dressed as a monarch butterfly and sang songs from the Beatles. The parade takes place on November 19th. LA Unified School District students who love animals and don't mind getting their hands a little dirty are taking a walk on the wild side in North Hollywood. Those students are on their way to becoming the next generation of animal scientists and conservationists. It's thanks to their time at North Hollywood High School's Zoo Magnet program. They get to study zoology and animal science in a live lab at the LA Zoo. Some get really great hands-on experience with the zoo's exotic birds. Some take care of koalas. Others tend to the goats in the petting zoo.
Is he friendly?
No.
He's not friendly.
I think he headbutts people.
They're amazing animals, and it's so insane how I'm close to them, and I'm able to take care of them. And it's just nice to learn their schedules, too, and how they work about their day, even their personalities. Basically, I'm learning to speak koala.
You're going to learn really hands-on. Like, you will see the evidence of your learning on your hands and smell it at the end of the day.
The North Hollywood Zoo Magnet was recently named the #1 magnet school in the country, boasting a 100% graduation rate. The boss says he'll be back. Bruce Springsteen has announced rescheduled tour dates from shows he's been forced to postpone, and that includes 2 at the Forum. Springsteen put his tour on hold last month as he deals with ulcers, but now he's making plans to get back on the road early next year. The shows that were supposed to happen at the Kia Forum in Inglewood on the 4th and the 6th of December will instead happen on April 4th and April 7th. Tickets for the postponed shows will be honored on the makeup dates. If you can no longer attend, you have 30 days to request a refund. Oh yeah, that's Will Ferrell pulling out his Frank the Tank persona and crashing a party at USC. Ferrell hopped into the DJ booth at the Sigma Alpha Mu fraternity tailgate party ahead of the Trojans game against Arizona. His oldest son, Magnus, is a member of that fraternity. Ferrell himself graduated from USC back in 1990. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune in to Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 until 7 a.m. We'll be bringing you all the day's headlines. Thanks for watching The Rundown.